Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is back for a third season on Netflix. So let's talk about it. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. The 6 campers of Camp Cretaceous are once again attempting to survive the dangerous dinosaur inhabitants of Isla Nublar following the events of Jurassic World. This is the 3rd season of the DreamWorks animated series of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. The first season coincided with the events of Jurassic World, and season 2 and season 3 are happening after the events of Jurassic World. When we last saw the campers, the group had just overcome a pair of truly nasty humans and decided to take matters into their own hands. They are stuck on the island and trying to find their way off of the island. With the 3rd season, we are really understanding these characters, their dynamics. Things aren't perfect between them, and they're trying their hardest to get off of the island. Utilizing different resources, different problems arise, and they once again have to rise up to the challenge and survive the day. And eventually the end goal is to get off of the island. This is a really good season. I've really enjoyed watching Camp Cretaceous. The first season came out, my wife and I just absolutely binged it. We got so excited for season 2, and season 3 is just another really great addition to this Camp Cretaceous series. The threat in here, I don't want to spoil it. It was teased a little bit at the end of the 2nd season. I don't want to spoil it because it's really intimidating. Honestly, this is a threat that is way more intimidating and way more challenging than the Indominus Rex and the Endoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This threat in here is way better than those 2 previous dinosaurs. I absolutely loved what they did with this threat in this season. I would love to totally see it in a live action form because it was something truly horrific for an animated kid show. I mean, it's just an animated creature, but throughout all of the seasons, they face something like the Indominus Rex in season 1 and these hunters in season 2. But what happens in season 3 really challenges these characters and is honestly something truly terrifying. By far one of my favorite dinosaurs in the Jurassic World film series and this television series as well. I've been impressed with how Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is able to balance the more lighthearted moments of them at camp and some of the more darker tones like in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and trying to survive on the island. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous season 3 dives a little more deeper into that it's grim for them and they are having the hard time getting off of the island. They are constantly running. The resources are dwindling down. The places that they could safely be at are becoming few and far between. So they're at their wits' end when it comes to finding a place that they could survive. And that leads to really a sense of urgency, especially with this large threat that is chasing them throughout the season. It's a little less lighthearted, a little more serious for an animated series. But when there is some downtime, there are some jokes between the group. This group has really came together throughout these 3 seasons. You love the characters individually and you love them as a group. There's some friction between each member in this group and everything's not perfect. There's a lot more arguing. There's a lot more realizing things about the other person, certain motives and how they would like to protect the group. So it's all not perfect in this season, and there's a lot of arguing and a lot of realizing that they're really deep down they're friends. They've been on the island for quite some time with each other and they do feel comfortable with themselves, and if they did get off the island that they would continue being friends. We do get that sense in the series, but also they have to look at the bigger picture of trying to survive and trying to get off the island. And when one camper threatens that, another camper will step in and try to fix all those problems. The animation still is really good. There's a lot of darker scenes, especially like at nighttime, and the dinosaur, this threat that we do get in season 3, has some really good designs and really adds a more horror tone to the series for an animated series. I liked how the dinosaur looked, and I liked how they continued to design the characters and the overall island. There are several nods to previous Jurassic World movies, nods to Fallen Kingdom, nods to the very first Jurassic Park movie, with a very familiar kitchen scene from Jurassic Park. I was all giddy when that happened, so there's a lot of nods to previous Jurassic Park movies. And I absolutely love that this is a story that is in line with Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Because when you're watching this, you're starting to remember certain events from Jurassic World and the Fallen Kingdom film. And then you realize that, hey, these kids are in the background of those movies. We just didn't know it yet because of the Camp Cretaceous coming out after those movies. But it is fun to kind of piece all of the storylines together from the movies and the show. And once again, it leaves on a cliffhanger. This whole series, I feel like, is very popular and very successful on Netflix, so we would probably get a 4th season. They're kind of starting to exhaust their options in terms of coinciding with the movies, so I'm very curious to what they're going to do next, especially the way that they ended this 3rd season. But throughout season 3, we got a lot of great character dynamics and relationships between Darius and Kenji and Brooklyn and Yasmin and all of the characters in here. And the large threat is looming over them throughout the whole entire series, and probably one of the better things they've done in the Jurassic World movies and series. Very intimidating, very sinister, very horrific. I absolutely loved it. And the connection between this and Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom as well is really well done. A little more episodes compared to the previous seasons, but the writing throughout is really good. There are some episodes that are feel like it's here's your threat for the episode, here's your challenge, overcome it, then you're all happy and hug at the end. Let's move on to the next one. It's kind of got that structure. Season 1 and season 2 have that structure as well, where you kind of got just like a challenge, like you need to go to point A, and then once you get to point A, you got to go to point B, and then when you go to point B, you need to get this thing. And so it's kind of like, it almost feels like a video game story at times, where you have like this checklist of things that you need to do in order to accomplish the mission or accomplish the episode. And once you do all these things, you're good to go. You're ready to get on to your next challenge. That's what Jurassic World really does feel like, and you get that a lot within season 3. But throughout, you get the fun characters and that threat that looms over them, and a good sense of urgency throughout, with a lot of great animation and nods to the previous series and movies as well. So if you loved Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous season 1 and season 2, season 3 is really no different. It's just that good. I really do enjoy it. It's one of these series that I can just easily put on, and me and my wife just binged it in one sitting, and we just enjoyed watching it. It's just that good for me. You know, it's not for everybody, but I like how it balances those more lighthearted moments and some of those darker tones as well for the animated series. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous season 3 a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the series. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.